Security is all our responsibility as it relates to our application and our user experience at the end of that application. We adhere to a shared security model as well. We have a comprehensive data protection, access management, application protection, which I will go into details here in a little bit. And that's our job, to make sure that the cloud that you are deploying your application to is secured. Now, we rely on the customer to secure the application when it gets into the cloud. And we provide services, best practices, and guidelines to help customer get there. Like Dan said, that is a little milky sometimes for customers. And my best advice, being in the industry for over 17 years, spent 9 years with an hyperscaler, my best advice to you is be open to conversation, talk to us, talk to your cloud providers, and understand where your security covers, or the scope of your security, and where that separates from your cloud provider. One of the things that I have learned in my 17 years of experience in this industry is security is a multifaceted. I think it's the second time I'm bringing that up. And there are different measures that both a cloud provider and a customer needs to have in place. You can call that table stakes. We all have to do this. And I term that the golden pattern of security. It starts with zero trust architecture. It ends with zero trust architecture. That is just fundamental. And by zero trust architecture, it's not a specific, hey, this is the tool that you use for zero trust, or the diagram for zero trust, but it's a mentality. Let me explain what that is. When it comes to zero trust, it operates in the principle that never trust anything, always verify. So zero trust assumes that threat comes from anywhere, both inside and outside your network or organization. So our approach, cloud provider and customer of the cloud, is to always continuously verify every user, every device attempting to access any infrastructure or resources in your cloud environment. You're monitoring it, you're enforcing strict access control, and you are also resolving any threat at every level. That's table stakes, that's across the board. And then you start from identity and access management. Dan also mentioned this. And then on top of that, you build a unified security policy across the board, especially when you're dealing with multi-cloud, and in this case, distributed cloud deployment. You need to have a consistent, and that was another word Dan used, a consistent security policy across the board. On top of that, you build on top encryption. Everything should be encrypted as best case, in traffic, in flight, and at rest. Encrypt your data. And then adhere to industrial standard when it comes to frameworks or compliance frameworks as it relates to your industry. So that whether that be HIPAA compliance in the medical industry or FedRAMP in federal government, you make sure you adhere to that. And then finally, you make sure you're proactively. Dan talks about automation, and I love that he brought that out. So you proactively have an automated tool that is scanning for vulnerability, checking your logs, making sure that your environment is well secured. So my point here is all of us have to do that. Cloud provider and users, we all have to do this.